Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TEW Local Global 1987. We're back with some GCW, and we are here for episode 100 of GCW Fuel. And we're starting off with the new commissioner, Shawn Michaels. JJ Dillon and Jesse Ventura opened the show. Shawn Michaels is introduced as the new commissioner of GCW. He makes his triumphant return back to the promised land. And he pulls off a 76 because the angle idea was terrible for some reason. And his gimmick did very good. Alright, so let's open up the show. This is a fantastic episode. You guys are going to love this one. So let's go. Hardcore title is opening the show. Farooq retains the title, defeating Fit Finlay in 742 with a Dominator. And a good opening match, gets an 80. And even though Fit Finlay's not featured that much, he still gets a 56. He still gets a good match out of Farooq. Obviously, it's the other way around, but whatever. We're continuing on. Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, and Lance Storm are backstage. Malenko and Storm are talking to Benoit, and they want to be at ringside for him. They want to help him out tonight. And Benoit says, no, this is my fight. I have to face Eddie alone. I have to regain my Intercontinental Championship. So please, leave me be tonight. Just me and Guerrero going at it alone. And they look a little upset, but they agree. They go with Benoit's wishes. The Undertaker is getting a promo next, and Shawn Michaels comes out. And Michaels announces Pillman versus The Undertaker at Championship Wrestling 180, with the winner receiving a world title opportunity. So that's a big match announcement for next Sunday, I think. I think it's next Sunday, if I'm right. 88, not too bad. We move on to TV title match. Stevie Ray versus Perry Saturn. And following a slapjack after interference from D'Lo, and Ahmed Johnson, Stevie Ray manages to capture the GCW Television Championship, finally holding it for the first time. He actually has it to his name. He's not just defending it for Booker T now. So 84, so not too bad. Alright, Brian Pillman is getting a promo, and Showrock end up coming out. And Showrock won a match against DDP, and not against DDP, against Brian Pillman. And DDP ends up coming out to back up Brian Pillman. And these two teams will be facing off tonight for the GCW World Tag Team Championships. 75. Throwaway match. Al Snow gets a victory over Meat in 322 with the snowplow. Not much to say about this one, just to have a throwaway match. Afterwards, the interns, they beat down Al Snow. A truly abysmal 2 minutes. You hear that, boys? You guys are awful. 31. Alright. Oh, I forgot to say at the beginning of the show, Shawn Michaels announced that he was booking a main event of The Rock defending his championship against someone of his choosing. So now we're finally at that point. Jesse Ventura and The Rock come out, and it's time for him to select his opponent, and Mankind ends up interrupting. And, he's talking shit, he's pissing off The Rock, and finally he gets The Rock to get so angry that he finally wants Mankind to face him tonight for the GCW Championship, and that's going to be the main event. And Jesse Ventura makes it a no disqualification match because The Rock wants to inflict a shit ton of punishment on Mankind. So gets a 96. Next up is Eddie versus Benoit, and the creative finish was a failure. But this did very well. It's not as good as their Revolution match, but it's still a fantastic match. So Eddie Guerrero defeats Chris Benoit with a frog splash after interference from Lance Storm. And afterwards, Dean Malenko, Lance Storm, Satoshi Kojima, they turn on Chris Benoit, they beat him down, and Eddie Guerrero hugs Malenko, Storm, and Kojima, and Eddie is now a member of BPI, and Chris Benoit has been kicked out of Battle Pro Initiative. Alright, Cruiserweight Championship is up, Cruiserweight match up next. Billy Kidman defeats Juventud with a shooting star. This was our high spots match. 84, not too bad. But we're not done there. We're going to go backstage with J.J. Dillon, Jesse Ventura, and Shawn Michaels. And Michaels talks to J.J., he talks to Ventura. And he will referee tonight's main event. I don't think I set him as the referee, but he's not involved in the finish anyway. He's just there, so we're just going to pretend I kept him as referee. It's not going to matter anyway. And whatever, he just says, I want to be impartial, so tonight I'm going to be refereeing Rock versus Mankind. Tag titles are on the line next. Showrock versus DDP and Brian Pillman. And Pillman and DDP defeat Showrock in 1440 when Pillman pinned the Big Show with an air Pillman. And they are the new tag team champions, DDP and Brian Pillman. So it's an 82. It's not too bad. Afterwards, The Undertaker comes out and he stares down Brian Pillman and they have a little moment. They're going to be facing off next, not this Sunday, the next Sunday, the 26th, if I'm right. Alright, and now we've got our main event. Mankind versus The Rock. GCW Championship match with Shawn Michaels as the referee. It's a no disqualification match. Let's get this underway. See what it does. Mankind defeats The Rock by pinfall with a double arm DDT. That's not what happens. You ever seen Mankind defeat The Rock for the title on Monday Night Raw? When Austin made his return, stunned The Rock, or not stunned The Rock, hit him with a chair and let Mankind cover him. This is basically what we're going to do here. Pretty much the same shit. DX come out, they back up Mankind. Dustin Rhodes also backs up Mankind. Big Show and Ken Shamrock back up The Rock. So does Jesse Ventura. And finally, Steve Austin makes his return. Stuns The Rock. Puts Mankind over The Rock. And 1, 2, 3, Shawn Michaels counts it. And Mankind is the new GCW champion. Gets an 89. 1.7. It's not bad. And a relative success. Pretty successful show for a 3-hour broadcast. Which proves I can book 3-hour shows. I'm still not going to do it because it's absolute hell. It's a lot of work booking 3-hour shows. And I'm not doing it again. We're going to stick with 2 hours. Alright, so let's see what that did. So, Storm is pretty good in the ring. I agree. Meat sells like crap. I agree. Ahmed Johnson is charismatic, said no one ever... Oh, it's the Big Show, okay. Ahmed Johnson is charismatic. Jesus. Alright. So that show did pretty well. Here are our champions. NOD... Mankind finally captures the title. So another, we didn't have a lot of different champions. If we look at our history, we've only had Sting, Steiner, Dustin, Pillman, Shawn, Austin, Callis, Undertaker, Douglas, Rock, and Mankind. So only 10, if I counted that right, 10 different champions over 10 years. It's not too bad. But to be fair, a lot of repeat reigns. Cruiserweight, Dean Malenko is still the champ. Hasn't defended it since winning it. Farooq's Hardcore champ. Eddie's Intercontinental champ. Stevie Ray is the new television champ. And Brian Pillman and DDP are the new tag team champions. So let's do this talent trade before I forget. So... let's go to Rival Pro. Talent trade with GCW. I want Diamond Dallas Page. For how many appearances do I need him for? It looks like just one. Yeah, just one appearance. Okay. So DDP. How would you know? No worker. With a crisp $5. So is GCW gonna accept? Are they gonna accept? Let's see. Oh, Rival Pro made a deal. No, they want Diamond Dallas Page. They want a DDP. Okay. For Nothing except $5 cash. Now, DDP is a tag team champion. DDP has very high 60s popularity. He's a star in GCW, which is like the second biggest company in the world. But I really want that $5 bill. Obviously, I'm joking, but whatever. All right, let's go book Rival Pro. So DDP should be available. So let's go check. Yeah, he's here. Perfect. And I'm not going to show the booking process because I'm already 10 minutes in because of the 3-hour long show. So we're just going to see the results. I'll be right back. All right. All right, we're opening a Rival TV this week with Don Callis and Taz cutting a promo. Taz says whatever, there's nobody in that locker room who's man enough to face Taz. And DDP comes out wearing the GCW World Tag Team Championship, and he challenges Taz. So tonight, Taz versus DDP is official, and it is for the Rival Pro Heavyweight Championship. So we're starting the show with Mark Henry and Val Venus defeating Coleman and Storm. This was supposed to be the Holly cousins, Crash and Bob, but unfortunately Crash is currently injured. So we've got Venus and Henry versus Coleman and Storm. It's at 28. Johnny Ace gets a promo on Jerry Lynn next, continuing their rivalry. Edge and Christian cut a backstage promo. They're getting better. They're getting better with these. On the BWO, of course, gets a 45. And our main event, they have great chemistry. That's good. DDP defeats Taz when Taz intentionally got himself disqualified. It gets a 67, and afterwards Taz beats down DDP, and Shane Douglas makes the save. So this did well. Didn't cost too much to bring in DDP. Only cost like $2,500, which is not terrible. And we got some good ratings out of him. So all's good. Fuel 100 did fantastic. Had some good moments. Mankind is the new champion. So, yeah. Let me know what you think about Mankind finally making it to the top of the mountain. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of GCW. Make sure to like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more. In the next episode, we'll be seeing episode 101 of Fuel, as well as Until It Sleeps, Championship Wrestling 180, with Undertaker and Brian Pillman on the card, and many other matches to be announced. We'll see later. Alright, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.